Hello everyone. So this is going to be a quick video on how to add parametric constraints to sketches so that you can easily change things like tolerances or measurements in general. Where this helps tremendously is, for example, in the gingerbread house, these are tolerance fits that are going to go into slots. And say hypothetically the piece of cardboard that you're making your object out of is a different dimension than what you have here that you traditionally thought it was, right? Say you measure a piece of cardboard and it's 0.15, but you get your piece of cardboard and it's 0.12. Well, instead of you going back and changing every single one of these little thicknesses, you can use what are called parametric constraints to modify all. And so the easy way to do that is as you go along, you can first set the parametric constraints up. So you go to modify, you must be in the sketch environment first. You go to change parameters under modify, and then under user parameters, you're going to press this little plus. You're going to enter a name that you want. I'm going to put D for just distance. Inches, leave it alone. And then the expression is the value that you want it to be. So in this case, let's say 1.5, right? You can press OK, and then you'll see the parameter is set. It doesn't do anything unless you use that parameter in your sketching while dimensioning. So I press OK. Sorry for the beep bell. I go to dimension like normal, and I select that line, right? And you can see that it's 0.2 right now. Instead, I want that value to be what we name this user parameter. And as I put it, the letter in, you'll see it drops down here. I can select that, press enter, and it'll change everything we need it to be. I'm going to undo that, and you can see that the value is way too much. So let's say I want the value, and you can modify again, change parameters. And I don't want that D to be 1.5. I want it to be 0.3. So it's closer, right? I can go in here. I can then go ahead and delete this one. And then I can go to dimension and again, put in D. And as you can see now, I press enter, it'll make it a little bit bigger. Now, because I used mirror to duplicate this to here, as well as these two to this side, as well as this whole thing to this side, it adjusts them all. But what you want to get into the habit of doing if you want to use these parameters is continuously go through each of the pieces that you want it to affect. And instead of having just the general dimension, you want to put in that letter of a parameter. So like I see here, this 0.3, sorry, Fusion's doing its little thing here. That's okay. So as you can see, I overdimensioned it because these are already associated with the other measurements, but yours will not look like this. So you can double click this again and go through each one of these and put that letter D. And then when you change one, it'll change them all. I hope that makes sense. If you need a little clarification, just ask your teacher. Hope this helps. Bye, guys.